everyone. I made myself a strawberry milkshake, which is more like the consistency of a slushie, because my strawberries were like ice. It's a very simple recipe. It's just frozen strawberries, agave syrup, like a splash of it, just plain dairy ice cream. I get Mackey's in the UK. I don't know what equivalents there are around the world. It's just literally like dairy ice cream, like no flavourings, and oat milk, because I don't have dairy milk. I know. It's kind of like a compromise that won't kill me too much. But I wanted to come on here because there's been a development in they're trying to get EMDR therapy situation. I was contacted again by a mental health member of staff that was in a psychosis service. So like even after that last GP appointment that I went to, she still referred me to psychosis, like even after that. Sorry. But thankfully there is some sane people in the world, and the lady who called me, like she said, oh my God, that's awful. Like she just knew that. She just knew how I've been treated, and what's happened so far is just awful. And like people don't realise actually the impact of someone seeing you and hearing you and listening to you, like what impact that can have on a person. Because it's like to be stalked and to be labelled as someone that has like schizophrenia or schizophrenic symptoms, or can like tendencies, or well, specifically paranoia and delusions. And just like everything that I've been through, just to get, it's been like 3 months, 3 months to get to a person who said, okay, I'm going to make sure that you're on the right treatment pathway now. And she actually said she's come into contact with another person that has a similar situation as me. But it is very isolating. Like, I know I don't look like I'm going through shit, but that doesn't mean that I'm not. Like, I am. It's very isolating. I don't have really any support. And these people that are doing it think that that's a reason to do it more for a start, and they think to treat it as an advantage. I don't have any physical, I do now, like that lady, and she's actually acknowledged, how those letters and the way that they're written and everything are damaging for me. And she said that she's going to make sure that she writes it, when she does her write-up, that it's factored in. So I didn't even have to say that to her. But then I did after that say, I did say to the doctors, like to the GPs and to IAP, that I will sue them, like, because of what they've done, and like the damage that they've done to, like, not even believe me as a victim for a start, discredit me as a victim, and have that nonsense on my medical records, where my data's not even safe at that practice as well. There's been data breaches at that practice that have been very strange. So I've actually got suspicions about my data being hacked at the GP, because I don't know if I've recorded it on the video or mentioned it, but in England you can now access your like medical records online and like access appointments and stuff via the NHS app, which I could access that app in COVID times. COVID times it was fine. And all of a sudden, when this new thing came out, I couldn't access the app anymore. And then it was like, and they said that I wasn't fully properly registered with the practice. I've been with that GP practice since 2009. So like when I came back from uni, I didn't register with it. Like I left uni in 2008, and then I didn't need the doctors like when I came back. So after the practice I was with at Leeds, I never registered back here until I needed the doctors again, which was a year later. And then like now all of a sudden, while I'm going through all of this hacking and everything, I'm not fully registered at the practice. And guess who is trying to take over NHS IT systems? Pegasus, Israel. So I had to log loads of complaints and everything, and like jobs for people to fix all the IT in the background, so I could just have normal access, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever, except for it's all in the scheme of the hacking. That's what makes sense. And the practice is just full of bimbos that they're just airheads that are just like, oh, this is what it is, expecting me to believe. It's not that I wasn't fully registered at the practice. That is what they're telling me. I've not apparently been fully registered with the practice since 2009. So you're telling me from then till now, like, it wouldn't have been picked up? Like, there's been no reporting or anything about me of any of my thing to do with anything that I've been to the doctors for all that time. It's a bit odd, isn't it? But it all happened after hacking. So there's people who are trying to access my medical records. That's a thing as well. And the practice is just full of airheads and people who are trying to pin psychosis on me. I don't know what the fridge is going on there, because they're like hell-bent on doing it as well. And like when I said to the lady I spoke with today from the community mental health team, I was just like, it's like they're just latching on to the gossip. That's all it feels. It feels like that's what it is. Like they're just latching on to the gossip and projecting their view and just latching on to what's juicy. Because me wanting to run marathons again and ride long distances again without pain, that's not sexy enough. Like me just wanting to be responsible for my own health, it's like they've got blinkers on and like they couldn't see that. Like it was just that passed them by completely. So basically, like, and I just was like, they've slandered me, they've defamed me, they've branded me as something I'm not, they've not believed me as a victim. And like, this is how people end up dead in like domestic violence cases and things like this, because people try and get help, and people speak, and people raise alarms about what's happening to them. And look what's happened to me. They're trying to take away the one thing that I do have, which is my sanity. They're trying to brand me as insane, and I'm the one who has my sanity. They are the ones who are delusional. They are the ones who are paranoid and just live in this, trying to inflict their narrow circus view on me. It's nothing to do with me. That's what I said to the lady. I was like, it's nothing to do with me. I'm just trying to get help to feel like myself again and run long distances again and you know, run races again and do the things that I love to do. But obviously that's not sexy. And that is like the sad reality of the situation. And I was like, it's like I've said it to them, and I'll say it to you, like, it's like things that you see in films. It's not like shouldn't be normal life. As I just said, it's like a dystopia. It's like a dystopian world. And I was like, I went in to try and get help for like this one thing, and then I was just watching all these people like do all of this nonsense around me, and I'm just like, hello, it's like, is anyone listening to me? Anyway, there was a lady today, like an angel on earth, who wasn't jealous of me as well. Because I said to her, my crime is I'm an artist and a poet, and I've got a voice and I use it. And obviously I write about what's going on, and that's my crime. And I'm Palestinian. And she said, good for you. That's amazing. That's what she said. She wasn't trying to diminish me, or paint me as something I'm not, because she didn't want to see me as an artist or as the person that I am. Whereas like the GP that looked like a tramp, like literally looked like a tramp, was trying to ask me questions to assess me if I've got psychosis. When I wrote the complaint, I actually said, it's not really like, I can't really take any of you seriously. Especially like one looking like that. The other one was like, well, trying to rush me to do all the legal things because it'll make me look better. At the same time as like pretending to write a referral that can actually get me towards EMDR for like trauma therapy. And I was just like to the lady, they're causing me trauma. They're inflicting trauma on me, additional to what I'm already going through, by trying to get help from them. They're the helpers. They're the people in the services that he's supposed to go to and trust to help you. That's what I said to her. She was shocked. She was shocked. She was really shocked. It's basically narcissistic abuse and gaslighting. That's what it is. That's what it is. And them being insecure. And them not even knowing it. Because I'm like well versed in people treating me badly because of like their unconscious wounds. But when you've gone through a process and you know yourself and you've healed and you're aware of it, when you're aware of your wounding, you don't repeat it. But they're obviously not aware, because they're unconsciously inflicting their bias. This is being kind to them. That like assuming that it's unconscious, and their bias and their wounds. They're acting out of insecurity and out of jealousy. Because none of them, except for the lady today, wanted to see me as somebody who was being proactive about wanting to get back to my old running capabilities. Like, not one person. They were all hell-bent on, like, saying I've got theories in my head. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Like, what? What do you do with that? They want me to follow them. They want me to follow what the path they're guiding me down. And I was actually said to the lady, like, this has been like 3 months of this, and I'm not on the right path. And just having to fight and keep saying, like, this is what I want to get help for. Like, this is delicious. It's like a slippery slope now that I've decided to start making milkshakes at home. I don't get them like from anywhere out and about because they're all made with normal milk. Because people don't understand why you would just have the ice cream and not the milk, but I guess it doesn't really make sense. But yeah. Yeah, that's the development. So now it looks like there's someone who's going to actually like be in reality and get me the help that I'm actually looking for. And yeah, it's so sad. Like, it's so sad. So I don't even see myself really like as a victim. I feel like I feel like an advocate in my own victim. Like, I feel like I'm being victimized, but I'm like an advocate in the situation as well, which is just really odd. And yeah, because like I'm like being victimized, but then I'm like, I don't have anyone else to advocate for me in these appointments or anything. I'm the one who's just the sane one in the room going, like, I just want treatment for this, please. Like, you can just gossip about something, find another thing to gossip about. It's painful. It's painful. Like, I can feel the pain in my body. I can feel the pain in my body. Like, it's horrible. It's draining. It's actually draining having to deal with such idiots. It's idiots who are arrogant in what they think they know. Worst kind of people. Very dangerous people. Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Like, I don't know, like, minimum wage people on reception obviously love gossiping on reception, don't they? Love gossip, just gossips. Dangerous. Dangerous. And like, they want me to like abandon and betray myself and my own experiences and just go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's, oh my God, why did I not think of that before? It's just nuts. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. I don't know what people expect, because you can't succumb to circumstances. Like, we are not circumstances. Like, we are people. And they're trying to treat me like I'm the circumstance. I'm not the circumstance. I'm a person. I'm an individual person with my own experiences, my own feelings, my own thoughts, my own body. Like, and it just seems like, to me, that's really obvious, yeah. And for them, they're conflating it like to the nth degree, and they don't have any clue. I've got no clue whatsoever. Really thick, really dangerous people. Dangerous. They should not be in those services. Those doctors are stupid. When I told the lady that I spoke with today about the first interaction that I had with the first GP who referred me to IAPT, I was like, the first thing she said to me is, yeah, you never call us. Like, why are you calling us now? Why the fuck do people call the GP practice? Like, what the fuck is wrong with her? I was like, that was literally the first question that she asked me, and I was just expected to answer it seriously. And she was like, what the heck, what on earth? And I was like, yeah, I know. Like, today was the first person that was down to earth, like, rational, sensible, just had a head screwed on. Because, like, I know from working in NHS, the people in the services, on the whole, don't want to be dealing with work that's not theirs. Like, it's not for their service. Like, you don't do that. It's not good practice. You don't see the people that you're not trained to see. And that's what they were doing with their being the gateway, with their referral privileges. These gatekeepers, bullshit people, they're just bullshit. They're doing the devil's work. Think the dog's bollocks. They're just like demons. And they think that there's something wrong with me because I'm not really interested in pandering to the drama, because that's what they were doing, basically. They were just being vultures, creating this hysteria and drama, and I'm just like, so can you refer me to getting EMDR for my cycle trauma, please? And it was like, I don't know, it was like a complete revelation that, you know, things could be literally that straightforward. I just want to stick to the path that I'm on, what I want to do. Like, you can stay over there, go and do your drama, and don't drag me into it. It's not nothing to do with me. You go away. Yeah. even though it's a really good thing that I came across the lady that I came across today, and it has restored my faith a little bit in there being sane people still in the NHS. It still deflates me, like having to be in that process and do all of that fighting and stuff just to get to what I'm supposed to go to be, like just go to. And what's the point in being a blocker? Like in my life, everyone wants to be a blocker. Everyone wants to be a blocker. Everyone wants to be jealous of me. Everyone wants to be a blocker. Everyone wants to take what I have. Like, it's really weird. That's why I don't have people in my life, because they keep doing it over and over and over again, and then they don't learn. They just think that, like, me just ignoring their like transgressions and like violations is them getting away with it, or like I forgive them, or like it's not really, for some of the things that people have done to me, it's not really for me to forgive them. It's not really for me to forgive them. Like, my forgiveness is moving myself away from that situation and leaving it to God. Like, just me actually moving on and trying to live a normal life. And just working on forgiving myself for like allowing the bullshit. Like, my first experience, like, I've had a lot of training. Like, people don't realise, they come to me thinking they can get one over me, yeah? But I've been in training since I was born, basically, like in my family dynamic, in school, after school, like and they come to me thinking they're slick, like I can't see through them. Can see through them, but you have to, like, in the case of like having to go and go through the medical system and stuff, you have to deal with these knobheads. You just have to. Like, I can see through, I could see through them all. And it took 3 months of bullshit to get to a person that could also see through the bullshit. Like, and there's not really much you can do. Not really much you can do. And like, my first example of betrayal, that really taught me about betrayal, and really taught me that's when I first, like, I always knew in the world things weren't all what they seemed, but this was the first experience when I was like, yeah, actually, like, things are really not all that they seem. And the people who you're supposed to trust, or in society, or in the societal frameworks, or like family dynamics and things like that, the people that you would think would just know the law of the land and know what not to do and what to do, and you know what's crossing a line and what's not crossing a line, that's not necessarily the state of play. And I learnt it because my younger sister, so when I was 15, I started going out with a boy, the first boy I ever went out with, and my sister stole him. 1 year younger sister. She stole him. Didn't really like him that much, but that's besides the point. Well, to be honest, I didn't really get to know him or anything. I got to know him enough after that I was well rid. But I still had to live with my sister, like, until I moved out of the house when I went to uni. And still, like, try and, you know, treat her like she was normal. But that was my first lesson when I was just like, yeah, this is not not normal. That was my first like major one. There was other things, like just generally, like I was the bullied one in my family, and yeah, like yeah, and like there was a time as well when because like, so after that, my sister and her twin started hanging around with the guy that was my boyfriend that she stole, and his friend, and I can't even remember what happened. But the friend ended up beating me up in the park that was next to the school. I went home, obviously like beaten up and crying, told my dad, and my dad didn't do anything. I told my mum and dad that's what had happened, and there was nothing, like nothing. But I used to get punished for everything, and I wasn't even the one doing anything to them. They were just the ones who used to go to mum and dad and get in there first because they'd done something to me. So that's what they did to me. They used to always do that, and most of the time why they would do it is because I was just always doing my thing. So we'd all get the same food, whatever it was. I would just eat mine at whatever pace I was eating it at. And I was always the slowest eater. I've always eaten food slow because I enjoy it. Like, it's like a meditative practice for me, and it's been like that since a kid. And there was lots and lots of times when if there was like treats and things, I would just be eating mine. I don't know, say it's a Snickers bar, for example. I would just be eating my Snickers bar at the pace I eat, but because they eat like food is scarce and like they're never going to have another Snickers bar again, they'd go and like tell tales and stuff on me because I wouldn't give them any of mine. And so like, because of that happening so frequently, when I got battered, I was actually battered. Like, I didn't even report it or anything to the school because what are you going to do if your own parents don't support you? So, so like, I got battered, like physically assaulted by that guy. And obviously, like, there were signs of it and stuff. And then I got like, what did you do? Like, what did you do? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything except for be myself and be in the wrong place. And be in the wrong place around the wrong people. And that's a similar, like, there's been similar themes along my life of that kind of nature where I have to forgive myself. But like, you just don't always know. Like, at that time, I definitely didn't know that would happen, or that even my own sisters and stuff would do that kind of thing. But yeah, like, yeah, like, but that's conditioning. That's how people are conditioned. And like, you have to just move away from those people, because I'm not that conditioning. Like, I never was. I was just around the wrong people. And like, if they, and obviously they're not going to admit, like, they're not going to admit that it's their circus. Like, And like I come in and I'm obviously not what they're trying, like in the doctor, they're going past the doctors, but it's the same kind of thing where it's their circus. I've just come in to get my problems seen to, and I'm dealt with like that. Like, yes, just same kind of patterns. But they want me to like just play the role that meets their narrative or their conditioning, and I've never, like, you only do that when you're not aware of it. So I've only done that in situations when I've not been aware that that's what I was doing or that's what my role was in that dynamic. But now that I am, and I see those situations playing out, I just don't want to be a part of it. I don't even want to entertain it. I don't even want, like, I just don't want any attachment or anything to it. And it's just even more funny that it is actually mental health services that this is happening in. But yeah, there's progress, and made a milkshake to celebrate, because I think it's really good to always celebrate small wins and have frozen fruit in the freezer and metal straws so you don't have to use paper ones, or bamboo. I do have bamboo straws somewhere as well. This is very simple and very delicious, and it's nice to be able to have one. Yeah, I did a post, but I just don't know about this, to be honest. I don't know what to do. There's someone who's clipped my work, and like, granted, like when you watch it, like, it shows up as my work, but that person is gaining subscribers off of my work. They have no restrictions or anything on their channel. Like, they've got similar like probably near enough exact same amount of subscribers as me, and their channel's been there since 6 months, and mine's been like more than 2 years. And I'm not like, it's not that I'm jealous or I'm comparing for making the point. Like, I'm not like trying to belittle someone for whatever they're doing with their whatever they're doing, but it is a problem if I'm like, if my intentions for my work is not even honoured. Like, my main purpose of creating anything that I create is not the money, but it's my work. It, to me, is not anything that should be exploited in any way, and it becomes like it becomes a means of exploitation if it can be clipped like that, which I don't permit on my work anyway. I don't allow remixing on any of my videos, and I don't even know how they've done it, to be honest. Like, I don't know how they've done it at all. And it doesn't even look like a real channel or anything. Like, it looks like a bot channel. It looks like a fake channel. I don't know what it is. And like, I just don't want to have anything like that that's attached to my work. I don't know what it is. Like, could be making money from ads, and I don't even have anything like that. I don't make anything from my work. So my work shouldn't be a way for other people to profit at my expense. I've reported it. I don't know if anything's going to be done, because at the end of the day, it is clips of my work. So when you watch it and stuff, it shows up. I don't know. I don't know. It just makes a mockery. It just makes a mockery of YouTube, of copyright law, because at the end of the day, they're just writing their community guidelines in ways that don't really make sense. Like, the community guidelines, I don't like. I if I try and follow them, it doesn't really work for me because of all the weird restrictions that I put on my channel. I can't go to customer service like normal. Like, I can't do a lot of things like normal. So I don't know how it's expected of me to follow community guidelines if people don't follow community guidelines to me. Like, it's just odd. A very odd situation. So anyway, I've just said, like, report it, but I don't really know what's going to happen. And when I try and report things and stuff, nothing really happens. Like, nothing really happens. And YouTube are supposed to be, like, they're supposed to care about, like, enforcing breaches of copyright and stuff. And if on my videos I said don't remix, I don't allow remixing, then if people are still trying to do that, then how is that possible? Because I've not allowed it. I've not allowed it. Like, I'm not trying to steal anything from anyone else. I'm not trying to make money off anyone else. I just want to earn a living from what I produce, from my fruit, and that's it. I want to get my harvest from the things I've nurtured and I've grown and I've conceived. Like, I don't really understand how that is not within community guidelines. That is, all of that is community, but I just get treated, I'm an outcast and don't fit in, always breaching community guidelines. But I'm not it's just like, you either exist in what their community is, which isn't community really, it's just a nonsense, or you're an outlaw. But I'd rather be an outlaw than try to fit in a lawless community. Like, mad. Just creates, like, lots of things that you don't want to deal with, and it keeps you away from just doing normal things and, like, dealing with normal challenges. Like, as humans, we need challenges. Like, it's a part of human nature. But it's the challenges, like running a marathon, or expanding your family, you know, like, or growing in relationship through marriage, and like, or it's not putting obstacles in someone's way and just like, oh, see how you cope with that. That's not, it's not those kinds of challenges. That's not challenging for growth. That's challenging to set someone up and trip someone up, and set someone up to fail. That's not challenging for growth. It makes me sad. Like, really, really, really sad. Like, I've got, like, such a heaviness in my heart that there's more people that want that for me than don't. And you don't, that's a choice to be like that. that's a choice. That's as far as they've grown in their reality that they're trying to afflict me with. And I can actually see that. I can just actually see, oh yeah, that's how far they've got on their journey. Which is compassionate. Which is like, that's a compassionate view. And like, when someone can't meet me where I am, and I just say, yeah, I'd rather just deal with someone else. They cling even more, cling. And it's like, no, you're trying to keep me stuck where you are. You don't see that, I see that. So I'm trying to move away from you. And they're just like, latch. And it's just really, really odd. There's loads of people like that. Loads. They benefit when you're stuck. It can't even be a thing that you just want to keep it moving, and you just want to grow, and you just want to stay on what you're doing. And they not really a factor. They're not really a factor. Like the doctors in the GP practice and in the other mental health services that I spoke with, they've just now created legal issues. And what, like, now in a story, in a part of someone's life journey, that's the role that they played. Why would you want to do that? Like, why? Why would you ever want to be that person in the story? Why? These helpers as well, like, it's always the helpers, it's always the people disguised as doing the nice thing. They're the devil. They're the devil. They're the devil, and they're just not in control of themselves. That's why they want to do controlling things like that to other people. Because it's like, I don't know, why is it too hard to just want to like push me along with wanting to get back to fitness, like marathon fitness? Like, why is that so much to conceive or fathom for them? Like, why is that? Like, why is that not something that they can see in there as a possibility? The possibilities, look at the possibilities that they saw for me. Look at the possibilities that they saw for me. Look what they wanted to reduce me to. And they just expect or demand respect and trust. It's just it's a joke. It's beyond a joke. It's beyond a joke. But hopefully this is the back of that bullshit. And I'm just logging it. Like, obviously logging it. And if it helps someone who's in my situation that comes across it, then I'm glad, for one. And two, it must be definitely for them, because my channel is severely restricted. So if someone does find this video and does see what I'm going through, and you know, has similar experiences, then it's definitely for them, and they're not alone. I think that's it. going to enjoy the rest of my milkshake, and see you next time. Bye. Love yous.